Morning, guys, or afternoon rather. I've been wanting to do a pick a card reading for a while because I really like the freedom of pick a cards. It kind of helps you practice your intuition. It helps you become familiar with the numbers if you like numerology and pick a card deck, a card pile based on numbers. And I always found it to be helpful. Also, I don't want to only focus on, love readings, although my love readings have to do with healing and all that and mission. I want to do this pick a card for messages from spirit. We're going to do 3 piles. I'm going to stick a stone in front of each. And then we're going to go from there. So this is messages from spirit. So just take a deep breath, concentrate on what you want to know at this time. I may do a pick a card for love and career or mission, but for right now, we're just going to try this. And by the way, I got this from JJ Constellation, so if you don't follow her for pick a card, she's amazing. She's really connected, and she is kind of super awesome at everything, but especially pick a card. So, let's do 3 piles here. I'm going to have 3 stones. I'm going to show you the stones now, what they mean. Just got a tarot for each pile. And then, so the first stone I'm going to pick is this Lapis Lazuli cube. It is the Merkaba. I'm going to put that for pile number 1. I'm sorry if you can't see here. It's kind of hard to point this downward, but we'll get better with time and buy better equipment and stuff for this. So if you feel guided to, energy donations are welcome. PayPal is lightwork02332@gmail.com. So the first one is the Lapis Lazuli Merkaba, right? And Lapis Lazuli is an ancient stone. It's natural. It's the throat chakra and the third eye chakra. It connects to spiritual realms. It shields against psychic attacks and negative energy. And it helps you receive info on all levels. And the Merkaba is good for transmuting negative energy as well. Then the second stone for group number 2 here in the middle, I'm going to choose the Fertility stone, the Goddess stone, the Fairy stone. This is a stone for natural world connection. It has a very calming energy, helps dismantle defensive walls, relieve stress, fear, and anxiety. It helps ground your energy when you're facing challenges. Helps you harness your female power, and it's just a happy stone. So that's group number 2. And number 3, I just bought this crystal. I'm so excited about it. I think it's so beautiful. It didn't have a description in the crystal store that I went to. It just said Lemurian Citrine. And if you resonate with the Atlantis Lemurian times, which if you like crystals, you probably do, this is that. I'm so in love with this crystal. I think it's so beautiful. Look at its dimensions. As you know, citrine is a stone of prosperity, of abundance. You can have it with you at work if you sell things, or if you just want to bring in abundance. And it's really, really beautiful. I'm really excited about it. It's a master crystal. It teaches oneness, which is basically what this channel was open for and what it's about. And I didn't know that when I bought this, but when I looked up the meaning, I saw that and I was like, wow, perfect. No wonder it resonated. It helps in spiritual evolution. It helps in ancient knowledge retrieval and emotional balance. And that's going to be group number 3. Okay? So 3. Right, so let's get some angel cards for these groups. And then I'll go into the message once I'm done picking them. So you guys, how are you feeling? Feel free to leave any messages in the comments of how these messages are resonating. If you like my channel, please like and subscribe. Thank you to all the new subscribers and your likes. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that it's resonating with some of you. And it feels good. Every time that I'm here doing this, it feels good to do it. So I know that I'm doing the right thing. And if you guys are working on mission and finding out what your mission work is about, then I suggest you go where it feels good, because it's usually a pretty good indication that you're aligned and doing the right thing, right? I know this week has been a little heavy because of the new moon energies, Mercury in retrograde, a lot of karmic things are coming up, things from the past, and just get some rest. I haven't felt negative energy, although I've seen that others have. I have felt heavy energy, right? And it's because I feel 2 popped out here, so I'm just gonna put 2 there. So I feel that, you know, I'm clairsentient, so I feel, you know, what the collective is going through. What's needed is rest. I woke up today like at noon because I needed it. So if you need to opt out from anything because you're tired, this is a good time to do that. And yeah, so listen to your body, listen to how you feel, you know, that's very important. Got a couple cards here. Maybe we'll do one more. Or you know what? No, I'm feeling like we're good here. Okay, so whoever chose number 1, let me write down where I'm starting here, the time. Okay. Whoever chose number 1 with the Lapis Lazuli cube, I call it Metatron's cube. I don't know if I'm right about that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that the Merkaba is very similar, if not identical, to the Metatron cube. So if that resonates with you, if you resonate with Archangel Metatron, then this message is probably for you. So what do we got here? We got the 6 of Cups. Didn't want to make this a love reading, but you know, if it comes out that way, then so be it. Could be, you know, something from your childhood. It could be relationship from past life or from childhood. It's just a fun card. Indicating, let's see what else we got here. Indicating past life connections or early childhood connections. We have innocence. Beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can listen, so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shrewd your loving outlook. Enjoy the peace within your heart once more. Yeah, this is making sense, but let me look at the rest just to make sure that I'm right here. Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. Very, very Lapis Lazuli kind of energy with that one. And then for the light worker, charity. Keeper of the light deck. Charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven. Ask and you shall receive. Right, so with the finding sanctuary card and opening to your spiritual source, we're definitely getting a sense here of opening your connection to God, to spirit, to source, however you label that, through prayer, through meditation. If there's anything you want, ask and you shall receive. And then these cards here are very similar. So this may relate to a relationship from childhood, or like I said, from a past life. It's also the reunion card for some people. So if you're taking this as a love message, which you very well can, just remember if there's been any pain in this connection, you know, release the guilt, forgive, do the Ho'oponopono prayer, declaration, that might help. And, you know, lighten the heaviness that surrounds this connection, right? Because no one really is guiltless, and we come here as souls, I believe, with a purpose, and everybody that we encounter, even those that provide contrast to our life, are here for a reason, right? So like it says, everyone is guiltless in truth, right? God knows what he's doing. And so it's asking you here to connect to your higher self, connect to your God, to your source, to your whatever ascended masters, and pray about this, you know, pray about forgiveness, ask for forgiveness in the higher, forgive, go into your heart space and forgive, and open up to the spiritual perspective of this relationship and how it served you in this life and how it's serving you at this time. And if there's any negativity, because I'm really getting that past life connection here, if there's any negativity, you know, use Lapis Lazuli Merkaba stone crystal to transmute that energy into something positive, into forgiveness, into unconditional love, right? Because ultimately that's what we need to do here. So that's the message for number 1. Let me see if maybe we can pull one more card here, but I feel like the message is pretty clear. Yeah, death. So what this is saying is, whatever you've gone through, whatever cycle you've gone through in this situation, whether it be related to work or to love or to whatever, what Spirit is saying here, the message from Spirit here is it's time to end the cycle of pointing the finger, of placing the blame, and just realizing that this is coming from a higher perspective. This is asking for a higher perspective. How did this serve you in your life? And it's time to transmute that energy into positive and start a new cycle. Okay, and then everyone is blameless and everybody serves a purpose. Okay, so that's for number 1. I hope that made sense. This is the first time that I've done the pick a card, so bear with me here. Number 2, let me write down the time. Coincidentally, 11:11. So number 2, the fairy storm. Let's see what they have to say here. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. So talking about our emotions here. I feel like all of these have spoken about our emotions. Be honest with yourself. Look into your heart and you will know the truth of the situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for courage and the strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires and they'll come to you upon angel wings, right? Now, so this is talking about staying true to your feelings, staying true to your desires, master Jesus, forgiveness. Wow, it's kind of similar to number 1. So if you pick number 2, you might want to go back to number 1 and see if that message also resonates with you, because it does have to do with forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. So this could indicate someone, male or female, we can both embody the Queen of Cups, who may have some inner child or father issues. And this is saying father healing is possible at this time. If whatever issues you had a child with your father, whether they be minimal or, really intense, maybe it's time to forgive at this time. Forgive yourself for not being, because sometimes that's required for maybe choosing partners like your father in the future, or for forgive your father for maybe not taking a position that would have hurt you in some way and then needs forgiving, right? And then it says protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels, right? And he has a sword, so that reminds me of Archangel Michael. And he's, always around. So you can call on him to assist you, or any angel to assist you in this forgiveness process. Be true to your feelings. The first step in forgiving someone is acknowledging that they hurt you, right? And acknowledging that they hurt you, and that if you had a role in allowing them to overstep their boundaries, and to forgive yourself, right? And to take responsibility for what was your fault in that situation, if anything. Or for just putting up with it and not, instilling healthy boundaries, right? So let me get one more tarot card from the Gilded Tarot. Maybe and I saw the strength card there. It didn't pop out, but, this requires strength, of course. When you do that inner work, it requires strength. Okay. 7 of Swords and Knight of Swords came out. Yeah, so to me, the Knight of Swords, is that fast-moving energy, but something that isn't lasting. It comes, it kind of causes some damage, and then it goes, right? So if this has happened and you're dealing with someone who maybe has been deceptive, or you've been was strategic in their moves and just came in and swept and caused havoc and left, and you allowed this, whether, this has happened frequently or it just happened one time, forgive yourself for allowing, for being hurt from the situation. Like, how could you have known, right? And just, forgive yourself. And if it comes from some childhood trauma, heal whoever may have caused or may have exemplified that this behavior was okay, and just have unconditional love for everyone, and, you know, thank people for coming into your lives and leaving. And then another meaning for Seven of Swords is, you know, in this card, in the Gilded Tarot, he definitely looks like deceptive energy. But I take the Seven of Swords sometimes like our own thoughts, like tripping over our thoughts, carrying too many thoughts, like overthinking. So if that's you, you know, release that, you know, release the mental clutter and focus on forgiving everyone involved, and just moving forward in a more positive light. You know, come to terms with what happened, your role in that, and whoever else's role in that, and forgive and move on, right? You can call on your angels, you can call on Jesus. You know, Jesus taught me unconditional love. Just call on the angels and Jesus to help you through this. You know, it's not your fault. You just have to acknowledge what happened and move on, okay? So that's number 3. Number 2. Number 3, let me write down the number here. So messages from Spirit. And that was 1555. So I'm already getting that maybe this is about changes. This is whoever chose the Lemurian Citrine. Let's see what we got here. The Empress. All right. So, you know, the Empress is a very balanced female energy. She embodies all the queens, so her emotions are in balance. In balance, not imbalanced. Her money is in balance. You know, her financial matters are in balance. Her head is, she has the right mentality, and she's spiritually tuned and aligned as well, right? So what do we got for the Empress here? Open communication, Mercury, which, if we know, this is Mercury retrograde. Get a weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. You know, a lot of people say not a good time. People have trouble communicating at this time. But if you're a balanced person, you can communicate effectively and from a place of love, right? So if you chose this, maybe there's something that needs to be said from a balanced perspective. But make sure that you're in that balanced perspective before you think about communicating. And the angel message, time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life, and know that the sun will rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of a new beginning, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. So I feel like 1, 2, and 3 all have to do with ending cycles and beginning them, but you know, this was the new moon, so it's pretty significant in that we're in that kind of energy. So if you need to end something, it's time to go to stay balanced, you know, and you need to speak your truth to do that, then by all means, do it, okay? And then 2 of these popped out. One was faraway places. Get ready for new horizons, right? That makes so much sense with the time to go. Time to go, end the cycle, start a new one. Faraway places, you may be traveling, and you're getting ready for new horizons. And then it says passion and pleasure, savor your life, right? So there's anything in your life that does bring in balance, you know, it's time to go, time to end any cycles, time to realize, you know, if you feel like something is done, it doesn't mean that it's done indefinitely, but it might be done for now, and you need to pull back your energy, do so, and, you know, revel in the passion and the pleasure, right? Savor your life. Speak your truth, right? But end the cycle and start a new one with new energy, right? And I feel like I bought this in this week, this Saturday, yesterday. And even though these messages are timeless, right? This has very much that energy of new beginning, new abundance, Empress. Let's get one more card to see if we have any more insight, although I feel like the message is clear here. You know, communicate, end a cycle, you know, new things are coming, savor your life, stay in that joy so you can attract things at that high vibration, that Empress energy. You know, that's where you want to be. Let's see one more card here. What can you tell us? Messages from Spirit for group number 3. Oh. 8 of Pentacles, right? So you've been working hard in regards to work, relationship, life purpose, mission, whatever this is about for you. You're working hard, and you will see the fruits of your labor. You know, just stay in that high vibration. Stay in that high vibration. Get ready for new horizons. Savor your life. You know, if any cycles need to end them. And, you know, speak your truth to whoever it needs to be spoken to, so it doesn't stay like an open cycle. It ends and you're ready to start in this new energy, right? So because this is also the citrine here, you chose citrine, I'm seeing abundance. I'm seeing you working hard and getting what you wanted, right? And maybe traveling. See people here traveling, maybe in the outdoors, may serve you. And yeah, so those are the messages. I hope that this resonated with someone out there and that they served you and that you enjoyed this pick a card, because I'll be doing them more frequently. Have a great Sunday.